If you've heard of Richard Simcott, he's usually presented as one of the best polyglots out there, so I thought I'd check out his French. I have a good feeling about Simcott because I think he belongs to a slightly different category from many of the usual polyglots. He does market his ability, he has his own website, he has his own students, and honestly, why wouldn't he? If you're in a position to help people learn, it makes sense that you would share that. And I sincerely believed he's figured out at least some things of value. Even if he's not great at 30 languages, I'm assuming he's at least good at 5 or 6. So what I'm saying is, I'm not starting from the assumption that this is complete nonsense. I'm starting with the assumption that he's figured stuff out. And his own website actually confirms my impression, because he describes himself as offering, and I quote, language learning strategies, expert insights, and real-world tips from a polyglot who has studied 50+ languages. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to improve your skills, I share practical advice to help you reach your goals. End of quote. In other words, he shares his insights about learning languages, exactly what I thought, and why wouldn't he? He also says that he has, and I quote, helped learners worldwide master new languages, end of quote. I think that sentence deserves to be taken very seriously, because helping someone master even one language is an extraordinary skill. It's extraordinary, believe me, because I'm in that business, it's what I do. Real mastery at a language isn't just functioning, it's depth, nuance, control, precision. Helping someone reach that level once is already impressive. Helping people reach this across several languages would be, frankly, a godlike ability. And as a French coach myself, you can believe me when I say that I appreciate the weight of that claim. Helping people master several languages. And we're talking about mastering languages that were new to the student at the moment of starting, as it says in the quote. So you're not dealing with an ordinary language coach here. Now, to be clear, this video isn't about his skill as a consultant. I don't do consulting, so I don't have any opinion either way. And clearly, there's a reason he's so well known. This video I'm making is much simpler than that. I just want to listen to him speak French. And this is where I hit my first obstacle. I couldn't find a video of Simcott speaking French, which I'll be honest was a bit of an annoyance, because I had a completely different video planned. I wanted to analyze Simcott's French positively and explain to learners how they could reach the same level. So I wanted to do a sort of technical breakdown of his French and explain how can you get as good as Richard Simcott, because he is an inspiring figure. It would have been a bit like a dance teacher breaking down Michael Jackson's moves, explaining what's happening, why it works, and how you can achieve these skills. It would have been exactly the same type of video. That was my intention. What I did find in YouTube when I typed Richard Simcott in French was this. So I typed Richard Simcott French, and I got a video from 13 years ago. I got Richard Simcott tells his story in 20 languages, 5 languages, speaks multiple languages, 5 languages, 9 languages, multiple languages, 9 languages, 16 languages, 40 languages. So as you can see, the search results gave me all sorts of things except what I wanted. It gave me short extracts, compilations, demonstrations, but not a single example of a sustained, unscripted conversation in French. I then adjusted my search query, but the results were all the same. Here I typed Richard Simcott speaking French, once more 20 languages, 5 languages, italki, multiple languages. It's basically all the same. 40 languages, 5 languages, 9 languages, 16 languages, and it goes on and on and on, but it gives me anything but a sustained conversation in French. One other thing I noticed is that all these videos were quite dated. The most recent was from 5 years ago. So not only can I not find a video of him speaking French, but even if I could, even if I had, well, the most recent demonstration was from 5 years ago, which leaves room for the defense he may have improved since then, him and other polyglots. To conclude this video, I still remain as unconvinced as ever about the skill of polyglottism as it's presented on YouTube, and the lack of current verifiable evidence on YouTube is a major issue to me, and one that I had never properly considered before. Ideally, I think we should require of polyglots, if they're going to be in that market, we should require of them to publish a sustained, unedited conversation with a native speaker every 6 months. That way, anyone can listen and evaluate their level. Because my own German level was much better 5 years ago. If the only proof of my German was me speaking German 5 years ago, you can see where there's a problem. Anyway, I still like Richard Simcott and I wish him well. I'm sure he's completely genuine. I just didn't hear him speak French on this occasion in a sustained, unedited conversation with a native speaker. It's not a challenge to Simcott, it's just what I would have wanted to see today. My name is Chris, thank you very much for watching.